During the last 3 years, parishioners and friends of Immaculate Conception Church Parish have provided scholarships to students at Christ the King Primary School in Bungoma, Kenya. One of the 63 students currently sponsored is Elizabeth Masindi, sponsored by Betty Brenneman and Sylvia Miller.
School?
Yes, I did.
Oh, good. It's good to have you home.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah. And all these little people, they belong here too?
Yes, they do.
Good. So when you come home from school, how do you come home?
I usually have a motorcyclist to come and pick me up from school. Then he brings me and lets me get into school.
Oh, okay. So you have to pay for that ride then?
Yes, we pay 10 shillings to and 10 shillings from.
10 shillings, and that is for going to school
Yeah.
and then for coming home too?
No,
No?
we'll have to pay 10 shillings more when coming back.
Okay. And then brother can come on the same bike with you?
Yes, he can, but it will cost us more. We will have to pay 20 shillings when going to school and 20 shillings when coming back.
We're just coming home from school, and so now we're going to see what kind of activities we can find to do. Elizabeth can introduce her brother.
Here's my brother, Joseph Kimani, and here's my little sister, Esther Nyambura.
And he goes to school at Christ the King also.
He does go to school at Christ the King, and she goes to school at Little Saints Academy.
Okay, well, let's sit down and relax a little bit. Do you know Father Christopher?
I know him. He's the director of our school.
Is he good?
He's good, extremely good.
Good. Okay, we like him too. We like him a lot. Okay, so we know how where you go to school and how you come home. Now, how old are you?
I'm 12 years old.
And what form are you in?
I'm in class 8.
Class 8. And then what do you do next year?
I'll join the high school, one of the national schools or maybe provincial, and I'll have to work more harder since Kenya is a very competitive country. And you have to compete so that you can get to the highest point of what you need.
We just visited with Pascal a while ago, and he's one of the boys that we sponsored, and he's going on to college now because he's out of the form in the high school. What do you like to do?
I like to draw. Most times I like the animal figures, and I have a drawing book that when it gets filled up, my father buys me a new one, and I'll have to paint more and more pictures. That's what I like.
When we were walking in a while ago, she told me that she helps with the laundry. And so what other kind of things do you do for chores to help?
I sometimes mop the house and wash the utensils. I spread the beddings and also help in the laundry.
Okay. And what's your favorite thing at school?
My favorite thing is science because I want to be a neurosurgeon in future.
Okay, that's cool. one that's gonna take a lot of hard work, huh?
Yes.
Yeah. So where do you study then? Just at school, or do you study here at home too?
I study both at school and home. Since I don't have a nice study room where I can study, I use my mother's bedroom since she has a table and very important things, like for example stationery and storybooks that can help me to do my homework.
Thank you. Sylvia Miller and I sponsor this young lady together. And the reason we did that and picked an 8th grader was so that if we didn't have the money to do that next year, we wouldn't be obligated, but we probably will next year and the next year. Go ahead and sponsor some other children.
I've been late for school. Bye.
Roberto, I'd like to welcome you and thank on behalf of Immaculate Conception Parish and St. John Vianney Mission in Darrington. Of course, we're in Arlington, Immaculate Conception, but I'd like to thank you for giving us the opportunity to form a relationship, a student-sponsor relationship with Christ the King Church. And as headmaster of the school, we'd like to ask you some questions and get some information about the school.
Welcome.
So I would like to, if you would share with us some of the history of the school, when it started, how many students, this sort of thing.
Thank you very much. You're most welcome in Christ the King. And we are very grateful for your assistance and your cordial relationship. We are very grateful. Actually, a brief history of the school. The school started in the year 2005 and with about 117 children when it started. That included the kindergarten, primary 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We call them grade 1, 2, 4, 5, right?
Right.
Yes. Total number was about 117. But today the school has grown up. So many children, about 927 currently. Yeah, so that's briefly that's how the school is today. And when we started, we did have classrooms. We had only 3 or so permanent ones, and 2 made of iron sheets. But from that time, the school has grown. Of course, I'm sure with your assistance, it's now where it is. Currently, we have a high-rise building with 24 classrooms. Yeah, we also have got some other classrooms which actually are occupied by the kindergarten, that is called it ECD, baby class, middle class, and top class. And of course, the other section is for primary. We have got 22 streams in primary, and that is about 700 pupils. Each kindergarten, usually baby class, middle and top, is about 200. So it is about 927. Now, the teachers, well, when we started we were only about 8 teachers. But today, the school now has got 43 teachers. Yeah, 43. It's a large number. 7 are taking care of young children, that is baby class, middle, and top class. And then 37 teachers are teaching primary section. So the school has grown, and actually, well, even performance, national exams, we've been doing very well. This will be our 4th year. First year we did very well. Second year and third year. Last year we did very well. Actually, like last year we were number 3 in the district. Yeah, which is actually not very bad performance, although we would wish to be number 1. We are working towards that.
Next year, number one.
Yeah, the results for this year, I think we must be number one in the district. Yeah, we're working very hard. Yeah.
Well, Steve, what is the typical cost of fees for a year, and what does that include?
Well, that one is 26,500 for one child for the year. And that includes stationery, food, school fees itself, dairy, and tea break. Yeah, and lunch is also included in that money. Yes.
And 26,000 is Kenya shillings.
Kenya
What would that be in
Kenya
US
shillings.
dollars? So we'll be able to tell.
US dollars, that's about 350. How much? Roughly, yeah.
And that will cover a whole year, including food?
Yes, for one child. In
one
primary,
child.
in primary school, yeah.
So what is the typical day like as far as when they start, when they begin, and how many days a week do they go?
Wow, we go for 6 days. Our day starts on Monday at 6:50 in the morning, and it goes up to 6:50 again. That is for classes 6, 7, and 8. For classes 1, 2, 3, the day starts at 7 and goes up to 4:30 in the evening. Right? That is Monday to Friday. Right? And of course, classes 5, 6, or 4, 5, they start at 7 daily. They go up to 5, 10 in the evening. The whole school come back on Saturday. That is classes 1 up to 8. Their lessons start as early as I told you. Classes 1 to 5 go for lunch. We go home for lunch at 1. We left with classes 6, 7, and 8, which go up to 6:50. That is on Saturday. So actually our school day is all week, 6 days. Okay, on Sundays we don't come to school. We just stay at home, go to church and so on. But for kindergarten, baby class, kindergarten and top class, we have 5 days. That is from Monday to Friday. That is from around 7:45 up to 4. That is from Monday to Friday. That's a week. That's a week.
About twice as much as our normal American student spends.
You know, children in America have, they're very idle.
I agree, they're very
Yes,
idle.
yes.
Yes. Where would some of these students be if it wasn't for support from this good relationship we have with you?
Many of them would be at home. Yeah.
So if they don't have the tuition, they cannot go to
They
school.
cannot go to school because the parents are not able to. Yeah.
Well, thank you very
Oh,
much.
are we through? Okay.
Yes.
We don't want to know more about Christ the King?
Yes.
Yes, actually, we have about 475 girls and the rest are boys. The school is well balanced. So the two sexes. Yeah.
Beginning in January, the freshman class entered the new Mount Carmel High School, operated by Carmelite nuns. Fees for both of these schools have increased due to inflation. It now costs $375 to attend Christ the King and $550 to attend Mount Carmel.